Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, September 28, 2015, and it's 4:57 a.m. in Birmingham. Um, I'm going to do a second part from my last blog and let you know I just left out half the things I wanted to tell you, but I'll just include those and I'll go on from there. When I said be ready mentally and emotionally, change that and put it in order spiritually would be the number one thing. Religiously, that'll be number two, where you think spiritually and religiously would be one, they are not. And then mentally and physically, and you would think those two would be together and mean the same thing. They do not. And so what we're going to see, we're going to see a new world order. We're going to see a one world government, and it's highly possible, very likely, and this would be more assured after this week than any other time in the history of the United States. And that is, with a new world order, the one world government, it's very possible, highly likely, that one man will hold two positions, the political and the religious leader. And with those two, he pretty much has the world in the palm of his hands. I wanted to add that. I'm sorry, I got a cold coming up on me and it's driving me crazy. And but I really did need to get that to you, because your number one thing to be again is spiritually and religiously. When I say that, it's cling to your religion, and mentally, physically, emotionally, and again, New World Order, leader, government. Bible says the government will be on his shoulders. And he's talking about the religious leader when he says that. So again, highly likely, very possible that that one man will hold those two positions. And I think you will see and hear talk about this as early as tomorrow, on Monday. Tell me tomorrow is Monday. Really, I'm just so, well, today, I'm sorry. Be very aware. It's again, when I told you the hurricane, like a hurricane, I'm talking about the inner city disintegrating when the money's not coming in to feed these worthless idiots that are more able to work than I am, young in their teens, their 20s or 30s, but they're not working. They're just taking handouts. The first thing to stop will be that. No handouts. And that'll be immediate. And that'll be very soon. Just like I said, a hurricane downtown Birmingham, it'll blow outward. And it won't move out at the speed of a hurricane. It'll move out at the speed of how quick can these people take everything in their path, including cars, including businesses, including houses, including lives, These are going to happen. And I'm going to say one thing and I'm out of here, I promise. Hillary Clinton said something the other day that she should not have known on TV when she mentioned use those box cars. Y'all remember that? Well, why don't you just use those box cars to ship the Hispanics back? She was fighting against Trump when he said that. How did she know that all those box cars and a train full of caskets are waiting at key points throughout this country? Most of it east, and then not quite central, but they're throughout the country along the I-10 corridor, and you jump up to the I-20, then I-40, then I-70. These corridors, and then you go on up into North Carolina, straight on to Washington State. But they're trains full of cattle cars, and the cattle cars have in them, in the floors, welded shackles. I've got blogs on it I did a long time ago, and I remade them, and it hadn't changed. The same trains with the shackles, because I personally know a woman whose friend went to work to do just that, to weld shackles and trains. He worked a day and quit. He said when he asked what they were for, they told him flat out, it's none of your business, just do the job. Well, he failed to show up after that. And he's been telling people, how did Hillary Clinton know about this? And does she know about the 10 million acres in the 9 western states, all the way from Montana down through New Mexico? 9 states, 10 million acres. And there are train loads of vehicles, Army tanks, UN type vehicles, even with UN on the sides, they're crisscrossing this country today. And nobody, well, when you ask what it is, somebody says, well, you must have thought you saw something. They're preparing. They are preparing, guys. They ordered an additional 6.5 million rounds of ammo. They did this just a couple weeks ago. When they closed the Walmarts, they closed them all on the same night and cited them all plumbing problems. These will be, apparently, think about this. You look at the ones that closed and see how close they were to a railroad track. You'll see that every one of them is a very short distance. I mean, like in half the cases or more within walking distance. I mean, like a traffic light away. So they're up to something, and they're about to play their hand. And when they do, then you will hear the Oath Keepers coming out of the woodwork. You'll see them come out. The Minutemen come out of the woodwork. And all these other flagged units, they're coming. And they'll be against Jade Helm. They'll be against the federal government. They'll be against anyone who is out there hurting anyone. Believe me, this country is going to go into a civil war. But again, keep in mind, Christians, the church, Christians are the church going home. Remember, Jody Wolf Expoz.